Welcome to the Porecast. I'm your host, Carly Harmson. As a licensed master esthetician with nearly 2 decades of experience, I feel confident to meet you here every week to educate about the latest trends and must-have skin treatments, as well as to decode the science and demystify the overwhelming world of skincare. Whether you're a wide-eyed, curious beginner or you're a veteran skincare pro, this is the podcast for you. So grab your favorite face mask and come discover with me someone who's not only a skincare guru, but also a card-carrying member of Skincare Obsessed, just like you. Get ready for this episode of the podcast, starting now. Welcome. This is the Porecast, and I'm your host, Carly. I appreciate you listening in, and I want to remind you that new episodes are dropping every Wednesday. So be sure to follow or subscribe depending on where you are joining me from, a podcast platform or perhaps YouTube. And that way you can ensure you don't miss out on any future episodes. Also, if you're not already following me on Instagram, I invite you to head over there and find me at The Real Besthetician, so you can always be in the know. I would invite you to my TikTok as well, The Besthetician, but I'm not posting as regularly there. And what with the whole impending ban in the US, tell me, are you sad about it? I have a love-hate relationship with that app. In one way, it allows just regular folk like you and I to have an impact, to have a platform that can reach a lot of people. And in other ways, i.e., TikTok skincare ways, or if you're over there on skincare TikTok, it's known as Skin Talk, it absolutely maddens me. So check out episode 8, Skinfluenced, where I talk about some of those viral trends. By the way, not all of them bad, but I'll be sharing more soon of some pretty awful, like skin ruining trends that are viral at the moment. So stay tuned for that. Okay, before we kick off today's episode, all about antioxidants and why, besides SPF, they are the single most important class of ingredients to prevent premature aging in the skin, I wanted to share my thoughts on an article I came across recently from Elle magazine, and that is Beauty Trends for Spring Summer 2024. As we are right here in the heart of spring summer season, thank you. I just love this time of year. So the article on Elle magazine is entitled 10 Beauty Trends That Will Be Everywhere in Spring 2024. While I feel confident to say I am a skincare authority, and I did kick off my career, many don't know this, as an esthetician working as a professional makeup artist, I feel pretty experienced in that realm. The fashion piece, though, it eludes me despite my best efforts. So I do appreciate the guidance on the list. So let's see what the editors at Elle have to say are going to be the top 10 trends for the spring and summer. Here we go. 1. Are you ready for it? This spring is back to a bold red lip and also red fashion after the Barbie mania pink of summer of 2023. And I'm here for it. Red is classic, it's powerful, it's timeless, it's elegant, and I promise you there is a red shade of lipstick and a red shade of textile for everybody. Number 2, ballet core beauty. Yes, pinks can still be incorporated into makeup and fashion, despite red dominating the runways for spring 2024. But this trend does consist more of details like ribbons and bows. And I'm not subscribing to this, and I didn't back in the 2000s when it was popular, and that is like ballet flats, ballet slipper style shoe. I will just sashay right away from that trend, but I do love the idea of a resurgence of the ever classic Essie ballet slipper with a chrome overlay on the nails. Really cute. Okay, number 3, the wet skin and aesthetic continues with a mermaid moment. This trend focuses on dewy skin, but may incorporate some intense color washes on the lid, like blues, greens, and purples. And iridescence and shimmer is also highlighted in this trend no pun intended. But truly, this trend is mainly all about the skin. Healthy, natural skin with a glossy finish. And I die for this look. With my parched, dry skin in this high altitude desert, I love a dewy skin. And I will go to extreme lengths to attain dewy skin, even if it's considered gauche in the future. It's just the way it's going to be. For those of you that are naturally dewy, i.e., you make plenty of oil, and maybe you're tempted to blot that oil all the time, perhaps consider letting your natural radiance shine through, particularly in strategic areas like the upper lip, the upper cheek, and maybe just above the eyebrow. And resist to mattify everywhere, although little mattifying in the oilier areas like the chin, nose, and between the brows might be appropriate. Number 4, middle part sharp enough to kill a man. So the long debate between millennial and Gen Z has been silenced at last, thanks to New York Fashion Week. And Zoomers are right. I know it's painful, but they are. It's going to be a middle part, y'all. While I will sometimes rock a middle part, sometimes I like to just flip my hair off to a side just to get it out of my face. I do appreciate the angles the middle part provides. So sleekness and glossiness, much like with that mermaid trend, are the objective here. But with that comes more attention, specifically to root health, root oiliness. So we may need some additional care with scalp care products or maybe a quality dry shampoo to pull this look off. Number 5, 90s nostalgia and 90s grunge. Where are my 90s kids at? At last, our best years are backstreet back. All right. With trends like glossy and brown tone lips, glossy skin, glossy lips, but matte neutral eyes. This is where it's at. Yes, latte makeup is the it girl this season, and I like it. A latte. You know, I couldn't help myself. All right, number 6. Chrome nails have been having a moment for a while now, and it looks like they're here to stay. We just can't quit the Hailey Bieber glazed donut effect, but other metallics like silver and gold are worth their weight in silver and gold, and we're loving the pearly pinks too. Okay, number 7, soft glam. Natural skin and ethereal blushed cheeks with diffused lips, along with some feminine fashion, were a big hit on the runway. Makeup accentuating unique natural features. We've been seeing this for a while. Things like freckles and beauty marks were also seen frequently. I love it. I love embracing the quirks and uniqueness in natural beauty that we all have. Now, if only we could make textured skin with pores a trend in this next season. I'm so tired of seeing all the flawlessly filtered skin online. So let's have real skin have a moment. Number 8, black cherry lips. I've seen my old 90s friend, Clinique Black Honey lipstick, make a comeback, and yes, I do endorse it. Along with the soft glam look, these lips should be soft and diffused with a glossy finish. Number 9, Dolly, as in like doll-like, not our mother, Dolly Parton. These looks are hot this season. So these include colorful, bold, and big eyes. Yes, although not my personal fave, the white eyeliner on the inner rim still works here. And this look also will have bold eyelashes. Think like 1960s Twiggy or what's being called spidery lashes as a viral trend right now. And last but not least, number 10, bold braids. Does everyone remember the chokehold that braided hair had on us in the 2010s? Well, they're back, but this time they're tighter, more refined, more structural, and a lot less messy and folksy. That covers it. I was hoping to see some more skin trends this spring on the list, but what we are seeing I do love, so I'm happy with that. What do you guys think? Which of these trends are you embracing, and which ones are you saying no thank you to? Let me know. As always, sound off, DM me, send me an email, whatever works for you. Let's get into the main event, which is today's episode focused on everything antioxidant. We will talk about what the technical definition, function, and purpose of an antioxidant is. I will also share some features and benefits And then I will round out today's episode with my list of my favorite and top antioxidant ingredients to look for in skincare. Antioxidants are little compounds that help neutralize harmful molecules called free radicals found in the body and, yes, in the skin. But before we can really talk about those antioxidants, we do need to have a conversation about free radicals. Free radicals are highly reactive, much like my ex-husband. These highly reactive molecules that can cause damage to cells and will contribute to skin aging, even premature aging, various skin issues and conditions, and in worst case scenarios can result in something like cancer or skin cancer if we're speaking to the skin specifically. So pretty serious stuff. A free radical is technically defined as a molecule. Remember back to your middle school science class, if you dare. This molecule is surrounded by a ring or shell that has lost one or more electron, leaving it unbalanced and unstable. More technically, free radicals are characterized by the presence of one or more unpaired electrons, as I mentioned, in that outermost electron shell, rendering it highly reactive. Oh, hi again, ex-husband, and prone to engage in rapid and indiscriminate chemical reactions with other molecules in an attempt to achieve balance by finding another electron to pair with it. And this can cause oxidative damage or stress that can modify those molecules and lead to cellular damage at that DNA level that can result in all kinds of issues, including just basic dysfunction. So, more simply, these molecules with pairs of electrons love the buddy system. And when one electron loses its buddy, all hell breaks loose. Imagine a preschool field trip to the zoo and the chaos that could ensue if some of these kids find themselves alone without their buddies. The mayhem, the cryings, the screaming, the running around looking for help. Well, that is much like an overabundance of free radicals in the skin. Chaotic, large group of preschoolers, okay? And it is the stuff of nightmares for me. That is my living nightmare. But really, though, you will hear me often refer to this process at times as oxidative stress, oxidative damage, or free radical damage. Serious note here, though, a little oxidative stress is important for many healthy functions of the body and a part of a healthy body and skin. The problem is when we have an excess. So, just like an occasional sweet treat is good for the soul and therefore the body, when we have like a lot of sweets and a constant diet of sweets, then we get into trouble as this can lead into serious inflammation and even disease. Free radical damage can be caused by a variety of factors, both internal and external. For example, when our immune system is activated, this would be an internal cause, but many others, and especially excess, are formed from external environmental factors, things like the big dog, which is, we all know it, exposure to ultraviolet radiation, also known as sun exposure. And then also exposure to other things like environmental pollutants, certain toxins, smoking, and yes, this does include the weirdly and wild popular trend among young people of vaping, especially vaping, unhealthy or largely processed food diets, alcohol, stress, to name a few. If you're a regular listener, then you might recall me referring to ROS or reactive oxygen species a few episodes back in the LED light episode as a good thing. And yes, because just like we have internal and external factors that contribute to oxidative stress, remember that can cause long lasting damage, we also have internal and external factors that contribute to oxidative stress that can cause a strengthening of the body by supporting the immune system, by building important tissues and helping to maintain optimal homeostasis all around. So think red light, sauna, cold plunge, intense exercise. All of these things can create reactive oxygen species, which is a type of free radical. So really, these little free radicals are in some ways a villain and in some ways an anti-hero. It's true that ROS or RNS, which is reactive nitrogen species, are a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde, if you will. They can wake up and choose violence, or they can wake up on the right side of the bed and be helpful, all depending on the stimuli. So, sun or sauna, for example. So, now that you hopefully grasp and understand oxidative damage and stress caused by free radicals, let's talk about the solution to excess radicals. And those are antioxidants. Ah, that's my attempt at a heavenly chorus. Antioxidants are compounds that work by donating electrons to these free radicals, these unstable molecules, thus stabilizing them and preventing them from causing further damage to other molecules in the body and in the skin. These antioxidants can be naturally produced by the body, but are more frequently obtained from external sources like our food and in some cases supplements, and then of course topically in skincare. Importantly, they do this significant service for our bodies and skin by donating that electron without becoming free radicals themselves. That's what makes them so special. And if you've heard me teach over the years, you know I've used the analogy that I think is a universal experience for many of us, and that is the terrible and toxic ex boyfriend. You know it. You end up dating a guy that has lost a few electrons, if you know what I mean. He's imbalanced, he's damaging, he is leaving a wake of mayhem and destruction in his path with everyone he bumps into. He's a free radical. He's now bumped into you a few too many times, leaving you imbalanced and disoriented and, frankly, kind of a hot mess. We would call that hot mess oxidative damage. Now you're the free radical. So eventually you dump the guy and you start moving throughout your life, possibly causing some distress along the way. You might start dating again and you're taking all that baggage with you into some of these other relationships. And you, as a result, are causing some other free radicals along the way. You realize it's now time to stabilize, to balance, and to get healthy again. So, how do you do it? You employ a therapist, also known as an antioxidant in this analogy. So, heavenly course again. The therapist will provide you with what you've lost, those electrons, and you regain stability and balance again. So, yeah, we can do our best to avoid the toxic guy, but sometimes, with all the love bombing and the thrill of a new relationship, sometimes it just can't be avoided. And just as so, free radicals can't all be avoided, despite our best efforts. So we need these little superheroes in our bodies and, of course, in our skin, antioxidants. Moral of the story, by the way, therapists and antioxidants, babe. Okay, so we know about free radicals, oxidative stress or damage, and now antioxidants. Let's talk about how and where we can get these little champions. Antioxidants can and should be consumed. If we get a diverse diet of whole foods with a plethora of fruits and veggies, we're going to cover a lot of our bases. Oh, fun fact, the pigments found in fruits and veggies are the antioxidants. That's kind of cool. So the reds, the blues, the oranges that you see in these vegetables are the same compounds that are the antioxidant active compounds. Also, something to note is there have been studies done that show, for example, vitamin C internally is not only as effective as topically, but even more effective with skin health when taken internally. So we know that antioxidants in our diets actually do have a profound effect on our skin. Things like supplements may also be appropriate, but remember, and I learned this from one of my mentors many years ago, you can never out supplement a shitty diet. So we want to get as much of these nutrients and antioxidants from real food first, and then count on that supplement almost as like an insurance gap. Also, not all supplements are created equal, and that is a topic for another day. So we've talked about antioxidants internally. How about topically? We can infuse antioxidants into our skin via topical skincare. There are antioxidants that are tried and true, that main character type of energy. And then there are lesser known but effective supporting cast members. So I hope to talk about a lot of those today. let's talk about what I'm calling the big three. And these are antioxidants that are also really important vitamins for our skin and our body. So we'll start with the queen of antioxidants, and that is vitamin C. This ingredient is science backed, and it is a favorite among estheticians and dermatologists alike. Vitamin C is notably one of the most effective antioxidants for prevention of premature aging, and it comes in so many different forms and percentages and treatments. It's a must have in every single skincare routine. It also helps that it has a lot of other benefits outside of its ability to neutralize those free radicals. I will do an entire episode, maybe even two, on vitamin C soon, but know this, it is an absolute non negotiable in my treatment plans. Next, vitamin E. Oftentimes found paired with vitamin C, vitamin E is another great antioxidant that works to scavenge those pesky radicals in the skin. It may also have some other skin benefits too, like possibly healing and moisturizing the skin. And the final of the top three is vitamin A. Yes, even retinol is an antioxidant, along with its many other benefits. You will see often added to skincare formulation, maybe in lower concentrations, not for its traditional retinol or keratolytic effects, but solely as an antioxidant. It is my current understanding that that sweet spot of 0.25% or higher of retinol, and I'm talking about retinol over the counter, not tretinoin, but 0.25% or higher is keratolytic and it stimulates cell turnover. Anything under that 0.25, even as low as 0.1%, can be added to skincare and is considered beneficial because of its antioxidant properties. Let's talk about some other ingredients. And as we talk about these, many of which are polyphenols, you can almost always assume that antioxidants are anti-aging. Yes, of course, we've covered that, but they almost always are anti-inflammatory too. So who doesn't need that? Green tea extract, great for preventing oxidative damage, calms irritation, and may even brighten the skin. Resveratrol, yep, that's that compound found in wine, but it's also found in grapes and berries, and it justifies a regular glass of wine, am I right? Resveratrol combats environmental factors, but you knew that already because it's an antioxidant. But it also may help with signs of aging, more specifically with elasticity and improving fine lines and wrinkles. Coenzyme Q10, also known as ubiquinone, is found in a lot of food sources, anything from animal meats to strawberries. And this antioxidant is anti-inflammatory and soothing to the skin. Other antioxidants commonly used in skincare, and this is not an exhaustive list. I know there are more outside of this and more coming into the market every day. But more commonly, supporting cast members are hyaluronic acid. We don't always think of that first as an antioxidant, but it is a great antioxidant. Ferulic acid, niacinamide, zinc, copper, glutathione, bakuchiol, astaxanthin, selenium, superoxide dismutase. I'm not speaking another language here. Those are all well known and commonly used skincare ingredients. And there is a whole host of phytochemical ingredients known as polyphenols. So if you really want to dive into those specifically, send me an email at carly@thebestesthetician.com. That's CARLY at THEBESTHETICIAN.com. And I will send you a free lesson from my nutritional skincare course that deep dives into all kinds of things, including antioxidants and even more specifically, the different types of polyphenols that are out there. There are numerous effective skincare formulations out in the marketplace, even some that have been clinically studied and that are available today. So while I won't go into my current top list of skincare products specifically, if you want, you can send me an email and I can share that list with you. Do with that what you will. I do, however, want to share some tips and best practices with your antioxidant usage just to round out today's episode. So, some antioxidants like vitamin C are a little finicky and they may oxidize easily. So take care to keep vitamin C stored properly in a temperature-controlled environment, out of sunlight, etc. And if you're really worried about shelf life or oxidation, look for formulas in an airless pump, and better yet, an anhydrous or waterless formula. The things that really cause vitamin C to oxidize will be light, air, and water. Antioxidants can be used both morning and night, but if using only once a day, I think it should be used in the morning. It's part of your kind of prevent and protect strategy. Why? Because this is when we are most exposed to those environmental triggers, right? Things like sunlight, blue light, pollution, stress, etc. And we do know that some antioxidants might even help boost the efficacy of SPF. So I love to put on an antioxidant first thing in the morning on clean skin, and always, always, always protect the skin with a good sunscreen. With the exception of vitamin C, vitamin A, and niacinamide, because these are all potent skincare actives that do a lot of other things beyond antioxidant protection, you really can't have too much antioxidants. So look for formulas that use multiple types of antioxidants to get a more broad spectrum antioxidant protection. Now, that is not an official term, so don't come at me, anybody. FDA, don't come at me. Many antioxidants are blended to boost and stabilize each other. We'll see this all the time. For example, vitamin C and E are oftentimes together. Vitamin C, E, and ferulic are often together. Vitamin C in green tea, coenzyme Q10 and resveratrol, bakuchiol and niacinamide. You get the picture here. Generally speaking, none of these you can't really combine, with the exception of copper and vitamin C, unless there is a skincare technology that the brand has used that like encapsulates the vitamin C or something of that nature. And that is because copper oxidizes vitamin C. So it knocks out its antioxidant property right away. In essence, they cancel each other out. So you lose the benefits of both. But other than that, I'm not aware of two antioxidants you really can't combine. Finally, while antioxidants are in every category from cleanser to moisturizer, I find them most effective in a serum or concentrate type of product. They are generally found to be the most concentrated there, and they're in textures that can absorb really nicely and evenly into the skin, where other products may be formulated to rinse off or are designed to stay right on top of the skin to create like a layer or barrier. So while stacking antioxidants in all these categories from cleanser to moisturizer with a serum doesn't hurt, if you really want to see that protection, invest in a high quality serum to get that great antioxidant coverage. Okay, I think we covered it. Did I miss anything? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Send me a DM. Tell me what antioxidant product you're loving. I'd love to hear from you. And if you do have any advanced skincare questions, as always, I invite you to send me a DM or email me. I might include it on my next Ask the Besthetician episode, which is kind of like a shallow exploration, or one might call snorkeling, into some of these overwhelming and complex topics. But if there is something you do want me to deep dive on, let me know that too. All right, I think that is it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I don't know if you caught on, but I think I might be getting sick. I'm a little out of breath. I feel like I can't catch my breath. So I'm going to be dosing up on my antioxidants, my vitamin C, and hopefully next Wednesday I'll feel a little better and sound a little better too. So see you there. Have a great week. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. If you liked this episode, be sure to share it with a bestie or on your socials. And if you love the episode, please leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Your positive feedback means so much to me. You can connect with me at The Real Besthetician on Instagram or The Besthetician anywhere else. And hey babe, this week's podcast looks like clear with a chance of glow. See you next time.